there's a range of different emotions when you're selling a business, and ultimately a lot of the time you're already looking at the future goals, or you want to get involved with the key negotiations, the key parts of the deal. And the problem you have, a lot of the problem that sellers have, is they're getting bombarded with emails and queries. The seller needs to understand this and they need to prepare for it, because a lot of the queries that sellers receive, they might think they don't really get why they don't really understand why they're getting asked these questions. And if anything, they feel that they're immaterial, they feel they're intrusive, or they're just scrutinising their business. The due diligence process is stressful for sellers because, as I said, if you don't have someone managing the process, then inquiries do come from all different directions, because there's so many different areas that need to be reviewed as part of the due diligence process, that you need someone there, like a solicitor, to manage the process and relieve the burden to a certain degree from the seller. And as I say, I think my main message, I think that, because I've had it so many times in recent weeks and months, is if every person says to me on the phone, why do I need to use a solicitor to create my terms and conditions? I can find a draft anywhere online, I can write them myself. If you use someone else's terms and conditions, you're actually in breach of copyright, so you shouldn't do that anyway. You shouldn't be pinching terms and conditions off someone else's website, because they don't belong to you, you haven't purchased them. And I think that's the problem. I think a lot of people look at the costs of producing terms and conditions, but in the long haul, and to create that certainty and to get something you feel comfortable with. I mean, there's been clients I've sat with for hours, and and as a solicitor, we go through the terms. We don't just put together something and leave them to it. We go through the terms, where you discuss your concerns, and then we try as best as we can to put together the wording which is both good and comfortable for you, but it's also important to make sure your clients are happy with the terms as well. There's no point in putting the most unrealistic, unfair, unreasonable terms in your terms and conditions, because again, that's why it's important to seek advice from commercial, aware solicitors, in the sense that you can have any terms you want, but as to whether they're enforceable is another issue, and this is where we can help and give you the guidance as to what we feel is in your business's best interest.